Maya's hands froze on the door handle. She had been told to catalog paintings and sculptures today. That's all. Nothing in her life had prepared her for what waited behind that door. Then she saw it, a photograph. Her mother. And she was smiling, standing next to Cade Stone, the billionaire she had only ever read about in magazines. Her mother's eyes in the photo, they weren't just familiar, they were alive, radiant, and inexplicably terrified. Her breath caught. This, this can't be real, Maya whispered, her voice barely audible. A shadow shifted behind her. It's real, a calm, deep voice said, and now that you've seen it, you need to know why. Maya spun around. Cade Stone himself stood there, impossibly tall, impossibly intimidating, dressed in a sharp suit that seemed to swallow the light in the room. His eyes, dark and unreadable, were fixed on her, and for a terrifying moment, Maya felt like he was looking straight into her soul. Why? Why is my mother here? What is this? Her voice cracked, words tumbling out in disbelief. Cade's expression hardened, and he stepped closer. Some truths, he said slowly, are so unbelievable that even knowing them changes everything you thought you knew about your life. Maya's heart raced. The air between them felt charged, electric, dangerous. She swallowed. Tell me, she whispered. I need to know. Cade's gaze flickered, just for a moment. Guilt, fear, and something she couldn't name. All right, he said quietly. But once you hear this, there's no going back. Maya nodded, though her knees felt like they might buckle. I can't go back anyway. I need to know the truth. Cade gestured toward a private study at the back of the mansion. Follow me, and don't touch anything until I tell you to. The study smelled faintly of leather and old wood, thick with the sense of secrets. Cade closed the door behind them and leaned against the desk, watching her closely. Every step, every breath she took seemed to be measured, weighed as though he were deciding how much she could handle. Your mother, she wasn't just a family woman, Cade began. She was involved in something dangerous, something that night, years ago, that nobody knew about. And it all started the day she disappeared from your life. Maya's chest tightened. She disappeared? She didn't leave me. She just vanished? No, Kate said quickly. She vanished to protect someone. Someone important. Someone who matters to you more than you can imagine. Maya's stomach twisted. Who? Who did she protect? Cade reached into the drawer of the desk and pulled out a worn, creased photograph, one she had never seen before. Her mother stood there, younger, elegant, smiling faintly, next to a man Maya did not recognize. Her voice trembled. Is that you? Yes, Kay said softly. Your mother saved my life that night, the night everything changed. Maya blinked rapidly, disbelief washing over her. Saved your life? How? Why? He swallowed hard, his eyes distant for a moment. There was an attack, a life-threatening attack, at a charity gala. You weren't even born yet. Your mother, she stepped in. She took the danger upon herself. She got hurt. And then she disappeared to keep you safe. Maya's chest tightened so sharply, she felt like she couldn't breathe. She risked her life for you? Yes, Kate said solemnly. And I've kept her photo here to remember her bravery, to honor the woman who saved me. Maya's mind raced. Her mother, a hero? Her mother, alive in this moment only in photographs. She felt a mix of awe, grief, and confusion. I don't know what to say. This is unbelievable. Kay took a step closer. That's why you need to see everything. What she left behind, what she risked. It all leads to you, and you need to understand the danger that still exists. Maya's pulse hammered. Danger? What what kind of danger? Cade's expression darkened. The kind that could destroy you if you're unprepared. Your mother saved my life, yes, but by doing so, she became a target, and those who wanted her gone, they've never stopped looking. Some of them, they will stop at nothing. Maya's hand shook. She felt the weight of the moment crushing her chest. Why didn't anyone ever tell me this? Why did she keep it a secret? Because if you had known, you might have been next. Kate said, his voice softened, almost a whisper. She loved you too much to put you in that danger, and she hoped one day you'd understand. Maya swallowed hard, tears threatening. I I don't even know where to start. How can I even begin to understand this? Kate reached into the drawer again and pulled out a small, worn folder. Start here. Everything your mother left behind. Letters, photographs, evidence of the night that changed everything. She wanted you to know the truth, but only when the time was right. Maya's fingers brushed the folder, the weight of it shocking. It felt heavy, like the responsibility of her mother's entire secret life was now resting on her shoulders. She opened it carefully and began to read. Inside were photographs she didn't recognize, letters in her mother's handwriting, and documents that tied her mother to Cade in ways Maya could never have imagined. Connections, alliances, and dangers that seemed impossible, yet undeniable. Her eyes widened. This, this can't be real. My mother? Involved in all this? Yes, Kate said quietly. And now it's your turn to see why, and maybe to continue what she started. Maya's head spun. Her life, the one she thought she knew, was a lie. Her mother was a hero, a protector, and somehow the reason Kate Stone was alive today. And now, Maya was standing on the edge of a secret that could change everything. The air in the study seemed to thrum with tension, every shadow alive with the promise of danger. Maya knew one thing for certain: her life would never be the same. And as she looked at Cade, she realized the first truth of all. Some secrets are so shocking, they are almost impossible to believe. Maya's hands shook as she sifted through the folder. Each photograph, each letter seemed to pull her further into a world she had never known existed. Her mother wasn't just a quiet, loving woman. She was part of something larger, something dangerous, and something that had touched Cade Stone's life directly. She picked up a letter, the handwriting familiar, trembling slightly as if her mother had written it under extreme stress. Maya, if you ever read this, know that my choices were made to protect you. Everything I did, every secret I kept, was for your safety. Trust Cade, but trust your instincts. The truth will find you when the time is right. Maya's heart pounded. Cade? She looked up at him, her eyes wide. She trusted you? My mother trusted you with her life? Cade nodded slowly, his jaw tight. Yes, and she wasn't wrong. But that trust came with danger. There are people who've been hunting her since that night. People who would stop at nothing to erase everything she ever did. Maya swallowed hard, the folder trembling in her hands. Hunting her? Why? What could she have done that was so important? Cade's eyes darkened. She interfered in something very powerful, something illegal, something deadly. She saw something that nobody else could see, and she acted. That's why she disappeared. That's why she had to protect you above all else. And that's why the photo exists in my mansion. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. Her mother had been living a secret life filled with danger. A part of her had always suspected that her mother had a story she would never tell. But this was beyond imagination. She opens another photograph. This one was grainy, almost like it had been taken in secret. Her mother was standing behind Kate in a crowded hall, eyes sharp, scanning the room. And there, barely visible in the background, was a shadowy figure that made Maya gasp. Who is that? She whispered. Cade's expression hardened. Someone who wanted him dead, and would have killed your mother too if she hadn't stepped in. That's the night everything changed. Maya's mind reeled. So she saved him? She saved you? Yes, Kate said softly. And that's why the photo matters. That's why her image has stayed here all these years, a reminder of the woman who changed my life and the mother who protected you from a fate you didn't even know existed. The room seemed to spin around Maya, her mother alive in these photographs, a hero, a protector, a stranger in her own life. And now she was standing in the middle of it all, piecing together a story she had never imagined. Then Cade reached for another envelope in the folder. Inside were documents, contracts, letters, notes that tied her mother to an organization she had never heard of. Her mother had been investigating something powerful, something that people in high places wanted buried. Why, why would she risk herself for something like this? Maya asked, almost in disbelief. Cade's voice dropped to a whisper. Because she believed in doing the right thing even when it was dangerous, even when it meant disappearing from your life to keep you safe. And because she knew that one day someone like you would need to understand the truth. Maya swallowed hard, staring at the documents. Names, numbers, places, everything pointed to a secret that would change everything she thought she knew. The folder trembled in her hands. The mansion seemed impossibly quiet, every shadow stretching toward her as if aware of the danger that lay ahead. Maya's hands shook as she sifted through the folder. Each photograph, each letter seemed to pull her further into a world she had never known existed. Her mother wasn't just a quiet, loving woman. She was part of something larger, something dangerous, and something that had touched Cade Stone's life directly. She picked up a letter, the handwriting familiar, trembling slightly as if her mother had written it under extreme stress. Maya, if you ever read this, know that my choices were made to protect you. Everything I did, every secret I kept, was for your safety. Trust Cade, but trust your instincts. The truth will find you when the time is right. Maya's heart pounded. Cade? She looked up at him, her eyes wide. She trusted you? My mother trusted you with her Maya stared at the photograph in disbelief. Her mother, the woman who had always been her safe world, her constant, was a hero in a story she had never known. A story filled with danger, betrayal, and secrets that could shatter everything. Cade stepped closer, his face serious. That night, it changed everything. Your mother didn't just save me. She saved countless lives, and she disappeared because of it. Maya's fingers trembled as she flipped the photo over. On the back was a handwritten note from her mother. If you find this, trust no one completely. Some secrets are safer in the dark. But know the truth. It's in your hands now. Her breath caught. Trust no one? What does that mean? Cade's jaw tightened. It means there are people who want her gone. People who would stop at nothing to erase her from history. And now, you're in the middle of it. Maya's pulse raced. Me? Why me? Because you're the last link. The one she left behind. The one who can finish what she started, or fall into the same danger she faced. Maya's mind whirled. Finish what she started? What exactly did she start? Cade opened another folder, pulling out documents marked with code names, dates, and locations. Your mother discovered a conspiracy, a network of powerful individuals manipulating events behind closed doors. She had evidence, proof of crimes, corruption, and plans that could destroy lives, and she risked everything to protect it. Maya's eyes widened. She had evidence? Why didn't anyone tell me? Why didn't she leave a warning? Cade's expression softened. Because the moment she revealed the truth, she became a target. And she knew that if you knew too soon, you could have been hurt, or worse. Maya swallowed, the weight of her mother's decisions pressing down on her chest. So, she disappeared to protect me and to protect you? Yes, Cade said quietly. And the people who were after her, they've never stopped searching. They know she has a daughter. They don't know you yet, but they will if we're not careful. Maya's hand shook as she absorbed the truth. So, my life, my entire life, has been built on lies? Not lies, protection, survival, sacrifice. Maya looked down at the folder, at the letters, photographs, and documents her mother had left behind. Each item told a piece of a story that was bigger than anything she had imagined, a story filled with courage, danger, and betrayal. Then, she noticed a small envelope tucked in the corner. She opened it carefully, revealing a key and a single, folded piece of paper. Cade's eyes narrowed. Where did you find that? Maya held it up. It was inside the folder. Why is there a key? Cade's expression darkened. That key opens a safe in my mansion. Inside is the final piece of your mother's secret. The part she never wanted anyone to see, not even me, until I was certain you were ready. Maya's heart pounded. A safe? What could be in there? Cade took a deep breath. Something that explains everything. Who she was protecting, why she disappeared, and why her life, and now yours, has been in danger all these years. Maya's hand shook as she inserted the key into the lock of a hidden safe behind a painting. The door clicked open, revealing a small stack of envelopes, photographs, and a single, heavily sealed letter. She picked up the top envelope and opened it slowly. Inside was a photograph she could barely believe. Her mother was holding a young child, not Maya, in her arms. The child looked terrified, clinging to her mother as if their life depended on it. And next to them, Cade, looking desperate, exhausted, and completely vulnerable. Maya's breath caught. Who is that child? Cade's face went pale. That child is part of the network your mother exposed. someone they wanted gone, and she saved them, and in doing so, saved countless lives, including mine. Maya's mind raced. Wait, what are you saying? That child, Kate swallowed hard, that child is part of the network your mother exposed, someone they wanted gone, and she saved them, and in doing so, saved countless lives, including mine. Maya's head spun. So, my mother, she risked her life for a child she didn't even know? Yes, Kate said softly. And that child is connected to you, to your life, your safety, your very existence. Maya's chest tightened. I don't understand. How could it be possible? Cade stepped closer, his eyes intense. Because your mother's life was never ordinary. She was brave in ways you can't even imagine. And now, you're about to find out why her sacrifice matters more than you ever realized, and why the people who hunted her are still out there. Maya's hand shook as she reached for the letter. She opened it carefully, unfolding the heady parchment. The handwriting was her mother's, elegant but urgent. Maya, if you are reading this, it means the danger has reached you. Everything I did, every risk, every secret, was for your safety. But now it is your turn. You must be brave. You must uncover the truth I could not reveal. Trust Cade, but trust yourself. The unbelievable is real. Be ready. Maya's hands trembled as she read the words. Her mother had left her a mission, a secret, a responsibility that could change everything. Cade's voice broke the silence. That's why you're here. That's why I called you. Because the truth, it's bigger than all of us. And now, you're a part of it. Maya's pulse raced. The photographs, the letters, the folder, the letter, they all pointed to one undeniable fact. Her life was no longer ordinary. Her mother's bravery, her secrets, and her unbelievable courage had led her here, to the heart of danger, and to the first real revelation that would change everything she thought she knew about her past, her mother, and Cade. The mansion seemed impossibly quiet. Every shadow, every flicker of light felt alive with tension, and Maya knew one thing for certain. She had just stepped into a story far bigger than she could have imagined, a story that was only just beginning. Maya's hands were still trembling as she put the folder down. The photograph, the letter, the evidence, it all pointed to one impossible truth. Her mother had lived a life of courage and danger, protecting someone or something that could alter countless lives. And now, that responsibility was thrust upon Maya. Kate studied her closely. You need to understand, Maya. The moment you opened the folder, you became part of the story. The people your mother fought against, they've never stopped looking, and they don't care who gets in their way. Maya felt a chill run down her spine. How do I even start? Kate handed her a small device, sleek and black. This will help you. It's encrypted, connected to everything your mother left behind. You'll find messages, clues, and instructions. But be careful. Even a single mistake could draw attention. Maya took it with a shaky hand. I never imagined my life would be like this. My mother, she kept all of this from me? She had to, Kate said softly. It was the only way to protect you. But now, the unbelievable is real, and you have to see it to believe it. Maya nodded, steeling for self. She opened the device, and a holographic screen flickered to life. Files, photographs, and videos appeared, a digital diary of her mother's secret life. Every file revealed pieces of a puzzle, but one video made her gasp. It was her mother, alive, speaking directly into the camera. Her voice was urgent, trembling, but determined. If anyone finds this, it means the time has come. The network I exposed, they are powerful, ruthless. But you, my daughter, you have the strength I always hoped you would. Cade is the only one you can trust completely. Follow the instructions, protect the truth, protect yourself. And remember, some secrets are unbelievable, but they are real. Maya's heart pounded. Hearing her mother's voice, alive, giving instructions, was overwhelming. Tears pricked her eyes. She's talking to me from the past. Cade placed a hand on her shoulder. She left this for you knowing one day you need it, and now you do. Maya wiped her eyes, taking a deep breath. Where do I start? Start here, Cade said, pulling out a folder marked Operation Legacy. Everything your mother did, every move she made, every danger she faced, it's all documented. And there's one location you need to visit. It's where the truth begins and where your mother risked everything. Maya opened the folder. Maps, coordinates, coded instructions, each step carefully plotted. But one name jumped out at her, repeated across every document. Evelyn Cross. Who was Evelyn Cross? Maya asked, frowning. Cade's expression darkened. She's the one your mother exposed, the mastermind behind the network. If you get close to her, be careful. She's ruthless, cunning, and deadly, and she will stop at nothing to protect her secrets. Maya's stomach twisted. So my mother faced her and lived? Cade's jaw tightened. Barely. She risked everything to protect the child, the evidence, and ultimately you. And now you're next in line. Maya's pulse raced. She couldn't believe it. Her mother had lived a secret life, standing up to a dangerous criminal network, and now Maya was walking directly into the storm. The next day, Kay drove her to a secluded location, a warehouse on the outskirts of the city. This is where your mother left the first clue. It's where everything begins, he said, gesturing to a large, rusted door. Maya's heart pounded as she pushed the door open. Inside, the warehouse was dark, dusty, filled with old crates and shadows that seemed to move on their own. She shivered, clutching the folder and device. Then she saw it, a single crate marked with her mother's initials. Her fingers shook as she opened it. Inside were photographs, documents, and the small, intricately carved box. Maya carefully opened the box. Inside was a locket. She recognized it instantly. It was her mother's. But when she opened it, her eyes widened in shock. Inside the locket was a microchip, and engraved on the back of the chip were words she couldn't believe. This is the key. Protect it. It contains everything, the truth, the evidence, and the legacy I left for you. Maya's hands trembled. Everything? What does this mean? Kate stepped closer, voice low. It means your mother's work, her courage, it all leads here. That chip contains the evidence that could bring down the network, expose Evelyn Cross, and reveal the unbelievable truth about your mother's life and sacrifices. Maya's mind reeled. The weight of her mother's mission, the danger, the responsibility. It was almost too much, but she knew one thing. She couldn't turn back. Then a sound behind her. The sharp click of a lock made her spin around. Shadows moved, and before she could react, a figure stepped from the darkness. It was a woman, tall, imposing, with eyes as cold and sharp as ice. Her voice was calm, deadly. I've been waiting for you, Maya. Your mother made a lot of enemies, and now it's your turn to face them. Maya's heart stopped. She stared at the woman, realization dawning. This was Evelyn Cross. Kate stepped in front of her. Stay calm, Maya.
Remember what your mother taught you. And remember, some truths are unbelievable, but they are real. Evelyn smiled, a cold, cruel smile. So you're the daughter. Let's see if you're as clever as your mother. Maya's pulse raced, but she felt a spark of courage. She looked at the microchip in her hands, at the folder, at Cade. Her mother's voice echoed in her mind. You have the strength I always hoped you would. And in that moment, Maya realized the first unbelievable truth. Her mother hadn't just protected lives, she had created a legacy that only her daughter could finish. But to do it, Maya would have to face Evelyn Cross and survive.
Maya's heart pounded in her chest as Evelyn Cross stepped closer, her sharp heels clicking against the warehouse floor. The shadows stretched like claws around them, but Maya's eyes stayed fixed on the woman who had haunted her mother's secret life, the woman who now threatened hers. Cade whispered urgently, "Stay calm. Remember what your mother left you. That chip, it's everything." Maya gripped the microchip tightly, her knuckles white. I won't let her get it," she said, voice trembling but firm. Evelyn smirked, cold and confident. "Ah, so the little girl has courage. I admire that. But courage isn't enough. Your mother was clever. She left nothing to chance. And now the game is yours." Maya's mind raced. Her mother's letters, photographs, and device had prepared her for this moment. She thought of every word, every clue, every instruction. She knew Evelyn Cross wasn't just dangerous. She was brilliant, manipulative, and ruthless. Then Maya remembered something her mother had written in the folder. "Trust your instincts. The unbelievable is real." Her instincts screamed at her. She held the microchip up and Evelyn's eyes flickered with recognition. "That chip? She left you the proof. Proof of everything I've built. Proof that could destroy me and ruin countless lives." Maya's pulse raced. "I don't care. I'm not afraid of the truth. Not anymore." Evelyn laughed, a chilling sound that echoed through the warehouse. "You don't understand. That chip isn't just evidence. It's a key to a network that's bigger than you can imagine. Your mother, she almost destroyed me. And now, you could finish what she started." Maya's hands shook, but her resolve strengthened. She inserted the chip into the device, and the holographic screen flickered to life. Names, locations, emails, bank transfers, everything her mother had collected, every detail of Evelyn Cross's criminal network appeared in glowing lines of data. Evelyn's eyes widened. "No, how did she—" Cade whispered. "She left nothing to chance. Every step was calculated, and now it's in Maya's hands." Maya's eyes scanned the files. Evidence of illegal operations, bribery, kidnappings, and threats. The scale of the network was staggering. And then she found the most shocking revelation. Her mother hadn't just been protecting strangers. She had been protecting Maya herself. Her mind raced. Documents linked Evelyn's operations directly to a series of threats against Maya's family. Her mother had known all along that Maya would be a target, and every decision, every disappearance had been to shield her from harm. Tears filled Maya's eyes. She did all of this for me. My mother, she risked everything just for me." Cade placed a hand on her shoulder. "And that's why she left the microchip, so you could finish it. So the unbelievable truth could finally come out." Evelyn's voice cut through the tension, sharp and venomous. "You can't stop me. You're just a girl. Your mother made mistakes, and now you will pay for them." Maya swallowed hard. She had no experience in fighting criminals, no training, but she had her mother's courage, her instincts, and the truth, and she had Cade's support. She pressed a few buttons on the device. Security cameras around the warehouse flickered on, revealing hidden exits and evidence Evelyn hadn't noticed. "You underestimated her," Maya said, voice firm. "You underestimated my mother, and you underestimated me." Evelyn's face twisted in anger. "Impossible!" In a swift move, Maya triggered a small alert on the device. The warehouse doors slammed shut automatically, trapping Evelyn inside. Sirens blared, and within moments, authorities, already tipped off by the evidence on the microchip, began arriving at the location. Evelyn the Fury was palpable. "This isn't over," she shouted, but it was too late. The truth, the evidence, and her crimes were now in the hands of justice. Maya exhaled, her knees almost giving out from relief and adrenaline. She looked at Cade. It's done. She won't hurt anyone else." Cade nodded, pride and relief in his eyes. "Your mother did this, but you finished it. You completed what she started. And now her legacy, and yours, is secure." Maya clutched the microchip, tears streaming down her face. "I can't believe it. All this time, she risked everything. And now I know the truth. The unbelievable truth." Cade smiled softly. "And it's only the beginning. The world she protected, the people she saved, they're all counting on you to carry forward what she began." Maya's gaze softened as she looked at the photograph of her mother again. She had always been proud, but now she understood the full magnitude of her mother's courage, sacrifice, and brilliance. "My mother? She wasn't just brave. She was extraordinary." Cade stepped closer. "Extraordinary, yes. And now you're extraordinary too. You've inherited her courage, her instincts, and her mission." Maya smiled, a mix of relief, grief, and determination. "I'll protect the truth. I'll finish what she started, for her and for everyone she saved." The sirens outside grew louder. The warehouse, once a place of shadows and fear, now felt like the place where the unbelievable had finally been revealed. Maya took a deep breath, feeling the weight of her mother's legacy settle on her shoulders. She knew her life would never be the same. Danger would always exist, but now she had the knowledge, the courage, and the truth. And as she looked at Cade, she realized the final truth, the one her mother had protected her from for so long. Sometimes, the most unbelievable secrets are real, and the people you love are far stronger than you could ever imagine. Mai held the microchip tightly. She was ready. The unbelievable story was hers to continue.